Hi everybody, I'm Mike from Hobby, and today I thought I would bring you out into the garden. The sun's shining, it's beautiful, we've got some trees behind us, and today I want to start by saying I just hate making trees. I've tried wire armatures with masking tape, wire with clay bark, fully 3D printed trees, even plain cardboard cutouts, and honestly every method has its problems. Wire trees just take ages to twist together. Fully 3D printed trees often look too artificial, and cardboard just doesn't match the rest of my terrain. So today I'm trying to change all that by combining various different techniques. We'll use some 3D prints for the tree trunks, we'll use some foliage for the smaller branches and leaves, and we'll use some foam to create the wooden platforms and the bridges. Goal is actually really simple. Can we make some great looking trees, and can I actually start to enjoy making trees? I created a number of different tree designs, and since I want to create an elven style defensive line, some of them are elven in style, along with a couple more generic trees as well. I designed these specifically for support-free FDM printing. I don't worry too much about layer lines either. I printed these at fairly chunky settings and high speeds to keep things quick. I also scaled one up to 150% to create a centerpiece tree. That one had to be split into two halves in the slicer, but once glued together it worked perfectly. I designed some bases with a clear centre section where the tree will sit, or alternatively fully empty bases if you want to add your own rocks and terrain. All of these files are available over on Patreon if you want to grab a copy, support the channel and join these amazing people. For the elven trees I wanted a light, grey, magical feel. Something inspired by silver birch trees that felt fitting for Lothlorien. The trees are first primed grey, and for the first layer of dirt and variation I mix soft tone with military green to create a slightly green tinted brown wash, then apply it thinly into the shadow areas. You'll probably end up with some harsh tide marks, but those can easily be softened with a damp brush. For the bark texture I take a light brown and add thin horizontal streaks across the trunk. Then I repeat the same process with a light grey on top. And honestly, that's pretty much it. A really quick paint job, but surprisingly effective. Now it's time for the platforms. I start by tracing around something circular that's roughly the right size, in this case the bottom of a candle. Then I cut the shape out of foam. To create the wood grain texture I use one of these wire brushes. I still haven't found anything faster or better for foam wood. Drag it across the surface and it leaves really convincing wood grain lines behind. Next we cut in the plank lines with a knife, and I'm pretty loose here, aiming for planks somewhere between 2 to 5mm wide. Then I run a pen through the cuts to widen the gap slightly. Add a few cuts and imperfections to break things up, and suddenly you've got a really convincing wooden platform. The next bit is slightly fiddly and just takes a bit of patience. We basically need to break, trim and squeeze the platform into the branches. Try to remove as little material as possible while fitting it into place, and once happy with the fit, flip the tree upside down and use hot glue underneath to secure everything in place. Any larger gaps can just be filled from below. I'm not too worried about how the underside looks since you'll barely see it during a game, so use as much glue as you need to make it sturdy. For painting, a dark brown base coat, a light brown dry brush, then a light grey to highlight. You can absolutely paint the platform before attaching it if you prefer. Now for the leaves and smaller branches. I use this fake lichen which already has these nice branch-like structures built into it, and once again we're prioritising speed here, so out comes the hot glue gun. Just add a small blob of glue, tear off a bit of lichen and stick it in place. I still haven't learnt my lesson from the last episode where I burnt my fingers on hot glue, because I continue doing exactly that throughout this entire project. I really need to find a solution. My main advice here is less is actually more. We want the impression of a dense canopy while still leaving enough room for miniatures to actually stand and move around the platforms. Now, depending on the colour of your foliage, you might want to tint it slightly. This stuff takes paint really well, so I use a little olive green through the airbrush to dull down those brighter tones. I'll quickly cover the bases, although there's nothing too surprising here. Everything gets primed black, then a heavy dry brush with brown, followed by a lighter brown dry brush. The rocks were painted with stonewall grey and then highlighted with a near white grey dry brush. For the tree itself, it's simply hot glued in place. The base rim is painted black. One little fun trick is, because these are printed in PLA, I use my hairdryer, which gets it hot enough to soften the roots of the PLA, and you can press them down into the base while it's warm. It helps the trees sit a bit more naturally and makes them feel properly integrated into the base. To finish things off, I add a few different grass tufts around the base. Try not to place too many isolated tufts on their own. Clustering slightly different colours tends to look much more natural on the base. The trees are finished, but now we need a way to connect the platforms. For the rope bridges, I cut small planks out of foam and texture them exactly the same way as the platforms. Each plank is just slightly wider than a miniature base. I then use a thin strip of masking tape to hold the planks together while I'm laying them out. Once done, flip the bridge over, cut some string to length and glue it underneath. And now you can remove the masking tape. To connect the bridges to the platform, I make small hooks from thin garden wire and glue them onto the edges of the bridge. Then I twisted more wire into tiny eyelets and glued those onto the platforms themselves. My first test didn't quite hold properly, but simply curving the hooks backwards fixed the problem nicely. And there we have it, everything is fully painted, fully completed, and I worked on making a few more of the bridges to connect the trees together, and I also painted up the big tree in the exact same manner. So now I finally have a way of making some great looking trees, and they don't take that long to do, and maybe I can actually enjoy making a forest from now on. If you'd like a copy of any of the files, they're available over on Patreon. Thanks to all my patrons for your support. Until next time, happy modelling.